So let's just start seated, but you're welcome to start lying down and just come into a very comfortable position. And any kind of seat is welcome. So you can get a bigger cushion, remove the flesh from underneath you. I like to just literally remove my butt flesh side. Just kind of shake out my body just to let yourself really arrive. Just take some deep breaths. Open the jaw, stick out the tongue. Just kind of check in. What's going on with the shoulders, the back, the knees, the hips, solar joints. And then we'll slowly arrive to stillness, allowing yourself to either close your eyes or look softly away from the screen with an unfocused gaze. And I'll ring the bell 3 times to bring us into this moment, allowing yourself to fully arrive. Feeling your weight being supported by the earth in this moment. Allowing the parts of your body that are touching the earth to get a little heavier. And the parts of your body that are in the space in the room, or some of you are even outside, just feel a natural lift of your chest as you inhale. And just feel yourself sink down into the earth on the exhale. Acknowledging all the energies, vibrations, sounds that are in our room and outside of our room or space that you're in. And just let those sounds be a part of our practice today. Relaxing your eyes, imagining they're on these perfectly little tiny shaped pillows. Just allowing your eyes to soften. Remove the tongue from the top of the mouth if it's resting there. Allow your forehead, cheeks, even your ears and the back of your head, back of your neck to relax. Just allowing yourself to fully arrive to this moment. And just allowing the parts of yourself that are touching the earth, just they're connected a little bit deeper, going a little bit further down into the earth, let's say 50 feet. And on the next inhale, that lightness is coming up towards the setting sun. And just feeling into this normal, spontaneous breath, and perhaps even deepening the breath just a bit to allow yourself to arrive. And on the next inhale, lengthening the spine, again, feeling a little bit taller. And on the exhale, relaxing your shoulders. And let's bring in a gentle rocking, either from side to side or front to back, whatever feels more natural to you. Just to acknowledge that the body has weight and that weight shifts. So whether it's side to side or front to back doesn't really matter. Just noticing the weight shifting. And if you could just make sure you're on mute, because I am by myself. I don't have a helper today, so somebody's not muted. So thank you. Just taking a couple more breaths. Just noticing. And going the other direction, either front to back or side to side, whichever direction you didn't naturally choose. Just rocking and allowing. And then coming to stillness, rubbing your hands together in front of your heart, creating some heat, some magic, some energy. Really making it sweet. What kind of sweetness do you want to bring in today? I want to feel some sweetness from y'all. So just feel it. Could be some dark, sweet chocolate, whatever it is. Bring it in. Left hand to the heart, right hand over the left, bowing to your heart. With great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher, acknowledging that you have your own greatest wisdom throughout our practice, and to listen to that, especially as we meet virtually, to take care of yourself, to stop when your body says to stop, and to push yourself harder when your body is allowing. Setting a simple intention for your practice today, one word, one sentence, something that really resonates with you. Taking a deep breath and releasing the arms down, opening your eyes. Let's switch the position of your feet if you're cross-legged. And if you're lying down or in any other position, come into a different position, maybe seated. And let's start with some heart circles. So I want you to just really, your hands are just resting on your thighs here. And just allowing your neck to release on the exhale. So your arms are just helping you push yourself up. You're coming into kind of a gentle forward fold as you come forward, and you're releasing your neck, and just kind of, this is an opportunity to check in with your shoulders and your neck here. We're still going that same direction just a couple more times. If it feels more comfortable for you to put your feet together, go ahead and do that. Just try that as an option. And the next time we exhale forward, switching directions. So really just seeing if there's any difference on the shape of the circle. Right, one side will feel a little more natural of a flow. Right, this side feels just the tiniest bit sticky for me, just not as much of a flow. Right, just a tiny bit of a natural inclination towards the other side. Just a couple more, breathing and noticing, arriving, and then coming back to stillness. Let's check in with our neck. So again, adjust the position of your feet if you need to. Hands come to the side of your mat. And then we're going to find length, really sitting nice and tall, and then exhale, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Maybe the top hand comes to the head, just applying a little bit of pressure to open up the opposite side of your neck here. Staying here, or maybe even bringing that opposite arm, the right arm, up. Just either a few inches or even as the height of the shoulder. So just depending on what your neck says. If it's available, closing your eyes and just really feeling into the side of your neck. Just taking a couple more breaths. You can even make a fist and then open your hand a couple times just to notice what muscles are working on this side as you do that. So fist and open. Yeah, nice. One more breath. And releasing, coming back to center. Just feel into the centerness, the grounding cord, the root, whatever helps you visualize your connection to your body and the earth. And then we're finding length, and then the other ear drops. And just checking in with the side before you bring your hand up. And if you're ready to put your hand up, go ahead. And just applying the tiniest bit of pressure, right? We're not being really harsh with ourselves. We're just a really tiny bit of pressure. And then experimenting with that other opposite arm, just leaving it down or up. You can again experiment with the fists and the open hands. Continue there for a couple breaths. I'm just gonna mute somebody who's not muted. Let's see. Oh, you're all muted now. It was just in my head. One or two more breaths here. Just seeing what this side is telling you. And then coming back to center. And then we're gonna look all the way over our shoulder. So we're just keeping your neck and your torso, your bottom part of your body, in a neutral state. We're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale, look all the way over to the left, and try and look as far back as you can. You can leave your hands on your thighs or on your mat. Keep your head and body in this position and only move your eyes all the way to the right and all the way to the left. Look as far in the corner of your eyes as you possibly can. A little eye yoga for all of our screen time. And then coming back to center, look around the whole room as you come back to center. Look around the furthest parts of your room that you're in, or if you're outside, the furthest part outside, and then we're going to slowly go to the other side. Looking all the way over to the right with your eyes. And then keeping yourself in this position, look all the way to the left. Corner of your eye. And then do that a couple times, all the way to the right and all the way to the left. And then as we come back to center, look around your room. Look around as far as you can. Back to center. Nice. Inhale, bring the arms up, looking up. Exhale, bring the arms down, looking down. Inhale, looking up, feel the chest lifting up. You can always come into cactus arms or W here. And then exhale, chin comes as close to the clavicle bone as possible here. Just opening the neck. Couple times here. Looking as far up in the sky on the top of your ceiling, and then down, down, down towards your body. The yin and yang always relating, the sun and the moon, right? The darkness, the lightness, and then all the rainbowy, swirly gray time in the middle, right? We're just always in relationship to the balance of life. So this is our each direction of our neck as much as we can, front, back body, side body. What are we bringing in today? And then we're going to bring our arms up, pausing here for a couple breaths. So again, you can come into cactus arms or W here. If it's available, bring the arms out, fingers nice and wide. Beautiful, everybody. Feeling the chest lifting up. 5 breaths here. Just really bring in your intention for your body. This continual relationship, this practice, this honoring the sacred time that you are giving yourself to be here. Just taking probably 2 more breaths at this point. And exhale, hands to heart center, bowing to your heart. Let's extend the left leg. Remove the blanket from underneath you if you're on one, or whatever you have, your blanket or your pillow. It's like, I don't know what name for anything is. Okay, left foot pointing and flexing. I want you to feel this left calf engaged into the earth. Okay, so we're just pointing and flexing those left toes. Feel the calf engaged. I'm still sitting nice and tall. And then I'm gonna keep those bottom feet flexed, those toes flexed. Left hand comes to the inner arch, inner thigh. Inhale, exhale, side bend. So you decide where this top hand goes. Could be the shoulder, could be up or over. We're gonna do this a few times. Inhale, finding length. And exhale, side bend over towards your toes. So it's like your fingers are trying to reach towards your toes, okay? But I want you to focus more on the side body, lateral side bend. Yeah, nice. Finding length and breathing. And then when it's available, you can continue right here with this dynamic movement, or we can move my belly in, or your belly, not my belly. I'm gonna move my belly. And then we're gonna pause here for a couple breaths. So hand can just rest on your leg, or if it reaches your toe, you're welcome to do that. Bring your hands to your toes. Hand comes up and over. Reaching the top shoulder back, twisting just a little bit towards the sky. Let's be here for 3 breaths. Really rooting that right butt cheek down, finding length on that whole right side body. Again, I'm mirroring the camera here. Make it a little more easy. Just taking 2 more breaths. Beautiful. It's really feeling into the stretch in your leg and the side body. Beautiful. And coming back to center. Look at your leg, squeeze and love this leg. Give it a little massage, a little love. Thank you, leg. I love you. your own natural weight, right? So whenever you're massaging, you know, you don't want to just use your fingers and your wrist, right? Like this. So you want to use your body, use your body's weight, okay? You'll thank me later if you ever massage anyone, you know, if you're giving a back rub or something and you're like, I'm so tired afterwards. That's a sign. That's a sign. Okay. And then 3 big breaths. Exhale, breath. Let's all blood let's. One more. Nice. Bringing both feet back to center. Just kind of check in with your body. Do any movement that feels good here to move. Just kind of check in any way. You can even add a little boat pose here if you want to just add a little, just 1 foot up, just leaning back, just a little extra core work. Okay, so just, it's always an option here. A little extra core. I'm leaning back. I'm not rounding my back. Okay, I'm on my sit bones. All right, and then let's do the other side. Actually, let's bring our feet together first. And then hands come to the toes or to the ankles, and just let's do a fold here for a moment. Just looking down at your feet and breathing. Maybe pushing your elbows into your thighs, rooting your sit bones down into the mat, finding length in the back of your spine, traveling all the way up to the back of your neck. And then we'll slowly switch sides. So extending whatever leg you didn't do. And pointing and flexing those toes on this side. And I want you to really feel the calf engage as you flex the toes, right? You're feeling that calf engage to the earth, right? To the mat. And then you're going to flex those toes. Right arm comes to the inside. You decide, right? But if you find length, don't just come into it, right? I want you to find length and exhale, side bend. So you decide where that top arm goes. It's warming up this side. It could come to the shoulder, just come extended. So everybody's a little different on what's going on with their body. So really honoring wherever you're at today. Really honoring. And breathing. Nice. And then if it's available, pausing. You might want to move your belly in, right? So I literally move my belly up and in. I can come a little bit deeper here on my fold, on my side bend. Then I bring my arm up. Really get this bottom position first before bringing the arm into it. Top hand comes up, over, maybe the top left shoulder comes back a little bit, twisting just a bit, looking up. Just a couple more breaths. Beautiful. And coming back to center. Let's love this leg. And when we love the leg, we're kind of squaring our hips towards the extended leg. I didn't mention that. But just using your whole body. Just appreciate, thank you for working with the other leg. Super appreciate it, really helps, right? Some people say, oh, it's my bad knee, you know, and I try and just, it's the challenging knee, right? Like it's the one that just needs a little more attention, a little more love, a little more tenderness. Let's brush. Let's do some sighs on the side. Brush all the way down that leg. Whole body brushing. One more time. Nice. And let's bring those feet together one more time. And come into that fold one more time. This time, if it's available, I'm going to grab my toes and then reach them towards my head. And that way I'm able to actually have my heels push in just a little bit more. So if that's available, you can also just bring your hands to your ankles. If it's available, bring your hands to your toes. And then I want you to round your back this time. Bring the forehead as close to your toes as possible. Then I want you to lengthen and unround, right? So I want you to imagine your hill and then it's a straight hill. I'm going to pause here for just a couple breaths. And then we're going to gently brush our hands all the way up to our kidneys. And just give your kidneys a little love, just a little rub. You can even do a little fist, soft fist, a little rubbing. just up and down, just warm up those kidneys, right? And the Chinese medicine, it's our batteries, our stored energy. You can think of, yes, stored energy. I wanted to be like Excel. That's what came to mind. That was kind of silly. Recharge, full capacity. So think of it as your batteries. So that's our stored energy, right? And then just brushing, and then let's come on to all fours. So either tabletop, or you can come to your forearms. Have your blocks handy if it's available. So forearms looks like this, kind of more like a puppy pose, right? This is our puppy pose. And hands and knees looks like this. So wrists right under shoulders, knees right under hips, okay? My toes are not curled under, okay? Roll the the chin towards the belly. And drop the belly, squeeze the shoulders together, stick that butt out. Inhale, exhale, roll that belly in, chin towards belly. A couple times at your pace, just checking in with your spine. And for those of you that have been working with me for a while, this wave, right? I want you to imagine the spine as your wave or an undulation here, right? So bringing a little fluidity into your spine, into this wave. Just checking in with the back body. And then squeeze that left hip towards that left shoulder, looking across. We're not sagging, we're not dropping the hips here, okay? We're just moving the torso, the shoulders towards the hip, looking behind you. Inhale, coming back to center. Squeeze the right hip towards the right shoulder, looking behind you. And then incorporate the cat-cow with that side to side. You might even peel one hand off the mat, kind of like a cat walking through a field here, really slowly. So I just want you to check in with your spine and your side body here. Just walking through the most perfect temperature grass field. And then toes together, knees wide. Option 1, pausing in child pose. Option 2, curling those toes under, pushing back into downward dog for your first downward dog of the day. So you decide which pace you're at today. And if you're in downward dog, opposite heel comes down at a time, reaching the hips back, pressing into the pads of your hands. Being there for at least 5 breaths if that's available, dropping down to your knees as needed. And if you're in downward dog, coming into plank on your next exhale. And slowly lower down, coming back to child pose. And then coming onto your forearms. And we're just gonna lean into our forearms and then lean our hips back towards our heels. And then when you lean the hips back towards your heels, you might even press into the pads of your hands here. So you're finding a nice stretch in your shoulders and your armpit. And then you're gonna drop the forearms down. I'm leaning forward. And then I'm reaching the hips back, pushing into the pads of my hands. So my wrists come off the mat here. So I'm just rocking forward and back and then relaxing the neck. And then continuing here, option 1, you're also welcome to do some hip circles, some circling the hips here, or coming into that downward dog. So it's up to you. Is a vinyasa in your practice? So take the next 2 minutes to do your practice. So either hip circles, child pose, stillness. Have a moment to check in with what you want in this practice. Breathing. Just taking a couple more breaths. And then we'll all come into downward dog. If downward dog's not in your practice, just meet us in standing, but you're going to come into downward dog, reach the hips back, really reaching the heels down, down, down towards the mat, reaching the hips back, engaging in the pads of the hands here, and then lift the heels up super high, reach the hips back again. Do that 2 more times. So heels pushing down into the mat, as close as they can possibly be, a little hamstring stretch here, and then lift the heels up and then reach the hips back. And then look at your hands, walk your feet towards your hands or your hands towards your feet, meeting in a standing forward fold. Hands come to the floor to blocks or to opposite elbow. Inhale halfway, spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, folding. Bend the knees, arms wide. Inhale all the way up, lifting, lifting, lifting. And hands to heart center. So to move the camera, and we've made it to standing. Let's just do a little dance to yourself. Look away from the camera. I'm just feeling like a dance early, which you're welcome to put music on. I forgot to mention in your own space. I've decided to not have music because I think it's just easier for me as a teacher doing virtual work, but I might change that. We'll see. I'm thinking about it still. It's not a total yes or no yet. So it's kind of checking in, looking away from the screen still. It's kind of shaking your booty, however it feels good. Checking with your joints, checking with your wrists, your ankles. Still just checking in. Nice, everybody. And then we'll come into mountain pose. Feet about hip width. So checking in with your 2 fists. Soft knees, feeling that femur bone lift into the hip socket. Let's bring our arms out by our side. Feel the chest lifting up on the inhale, ribcage dropping on the exhale. Engage the feet. Where are your roots of your tree? The feet touching the earth. Inhale, reach the arms up. Feel the chest lifting up. Exhale, folding. Bend the knees. Hands come down to the ground or to blocks. Walk your feet wide if your belly would like some room to breathe here. Nod your head yes. Nod your head no. Maybe bend one knee at a time very slowly here. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's do one more time with some noise. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, arms wide. Inhale all the way up. Optional backward bend. Engage the glutes, hips forward. And hands to heart center. Nice. Let's shake it out. If you have a block, go ahead and grab one. If you don't, you're just going to use an imaginary block. So you can use 2 imaginary blocks if you don't have blocks, one between your thighs and then one out in front of you. Okay, I'll come to my side so you can see here. So if you don't have one, that's okay. I'm going to come into chair pose. Just imagine you are, I think it's 9 inches, I want to say, so about a foot or so. So we're going to come into chair pose. So bringing those feet a little closer together. They teach this with your toes together, and that just doesn't feel comfortable for my big thighs. And so I always have them a little further apart. So just adjust for your body. Hands come down, and then we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, drop the hips, bring this block or imaginary block out in front of you. And then we're going to really slowly come out of it. So I want you to slowly come out of it. So coming back to standing. I want you to feel all your muscles working here in your legs and your thighs and even your core. And we're just going back and forth really slowly. You're welcome to bring this block a little higher as you drop your hips a little lower. And then I want you to just slowly, slowly come out. And again, you don't have to look at the screen for this one. Breathing in, breathing out. Relaxed face, relaxed jaw. What parts of your body are touching the earth? What parts of your body are in the space in the room? Getting out of our fixing and formulating mind into our body, into the somatic body. We want to let our body tell us how far to go. Maybe this next time you might pause, so you might stay exactly where you are, or you might challenge yourself a little deeper, engaging your inner thighs, dropping the hips, bringing that block just a little bit higher, looking forward, wherever that forward is, doesn't have to be towards the screen. Let's take 2 more breaths here, feeling into your strength. And then from here, we're going to fold forward really slowly. So we're folding forward and bringing that block slowly, slowly down to the ground. And then I might walk my feet a little wider and allow myself to hang again in this fold. Maybe bending one knee at a time, really slowly. Inhale halfway, spine parallel to the floor, hands above or below the knees, looking down, folding. Then the knees, arms wide, engage the feet, feel the feet really glued to the earth here. Optional backward bend, engage the glute. And exhale, hands start center, nice. Shake it out a little bit, shake it out, shake it out. Let's kind of check in with the shoulders. So let's just do some shoulder rolls. So hands come to the top of the shoulders. So notice I'm in my mountain pose legs. So I'm not, my knees aren't locked. Okay, so soft knees, engage the feet. Okay, bottom is mountain legs. Option 1 here. Option 2, bringing your arms into it, kind of like a big backward stroke, right? So 1 or 2 more in that direction, and then the other direction. Beautiful. Your pace, right? Doesn't have to look like mine. Beautiful. 1 more. And hands come down. Fix it. My clothes. Shake it out. I had a teacher one time that say, don't fix your clothes throughout the whole class. And it was so challenging, but I don't tell you all that. So many yoga clothes don't fit in the right way. And then when you do find one, you just wear it all the time. But anyway, all right, let's do a little warrior 2 with triangle. So with the triangle, I mentioned this one, I think it was just on Monday, but grabbing a chair, if you don't have a block, or you can even, I have a desk here. So when we do come into triangle, you could just be here, right? Maybe it was our chair class. I actually don't remember. But I want you to grab something, okay? And if you're like, I don't need that for triangle, then go ahead. We're not gonna go right to triangle. I just wanted to make sure you're prepared. Like I have this cushion. This could work, right? I have different size cushions in my house. I like to sit on the floor. So yeah, so just any kind of prop. So just grab that real quick, get a sip of water. I'm gonna get a sip of water real quick. And then we're gonna come into a wide stance. Let's also have those straps handy. So if you don't have a strap, go ahead and grab one, belt, scarf, something. Okay, so we'll have that handy. Actually, I won't put it in the front like that. Just have it next to my block. All right, feet wider than hip width, much wider, as wide as you can. Then mirroring the camera. So my right toes are facing the camera, left toes are facing my window over here. Okay, so we're gonna bend into that left knee. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bending. Just warming up this side. Your hands can just go to here, right? You decide, can do a little dance. Just warming up this side. Just kind of noticing what the side wants. And then we're gonna bring our arms out. Hands can always come to the waist. Bring the arms out. Bend into that left knee. Warrior 2, side facing warrior. Hips square towards the front of your mat, okay, or the front towards your screen. Looking at your left fingertips, just appreciating your arms and your hands, just thanking them for all that they do. Feeling into your strength here. Notice if you're bringing a little more weight to the right or to the left. And try and find yourself in center. I have the tiniest bend in that right knee since I hyperextend. So if you tend to lock, right, if you're locking, have the slightest bend on that back knee. Let's do 2 breaths here. Really feeling into your strength, your power. Do a little peaceful warrior. Right hand comes to the thigh, left hand comes up. Maybe come back just a little bit here and then coming back to center. Side facing warrior, forearm comes to the thigh or bottom arm is straight, using a little extra core. Left knee stays bent the whole time. So we're going back and forth between warrior 2, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior, warrior 2, side angle. So you decide what your body's wanting. Let's just do 1 more in each position. Feeling your feet glued to the ground. Your roots are beautiful and glued. Nice. Then we're coming back to warrior 2. Right hand comes to the waist. We're gonna slowly, I want you to still keep a bend in this left knee, okay? So as we come out, I'm holding onto a desk right now. This could be as far as I go, or a chair. If you have a chair, that could be as far as you go. Hand to a cushion, this cushion here, or a block. And then find the position, then maybe bringing the top hand up, looking forward or up, depending on what your neck is saying today. And we're gonna be here for 3 breaths. So you decide, that top hand stay up or down. And then I straighten that left knee. So it is straightened. It's not slightly bent now. Beautiful, everybody. I'm looking at the screen. You all look great. Nice. 1 more breath. And then the top hand comes to the waist first. Bend into the left knee. Use the strength of your legs to come back to that warrior 2. Palms face up. Bend the knee, bend the elbows. Just imagine there are weights in each hand. This one is giving and one is receiving, and just imagine whatever that is for you, the giving and the receiving in your life, that they're perfectly balanced in this moment. You're looking at your palm, look at your wrinkles, look at your lines of your palm, the beauty and your wisdom, and your age, how wise you are. And then take a deep breath and place your hands to your heart. Walk or jump those feet together. Shake it out a little bit, shake it out. I'm just wanting to keep my hands on my heart for some reason. So I'm just like shaking it out with my hands on my heart. So you can just kind of check in with what you need, right? What do you need here before we do the other side? Actually, I'm in some hip circles, so you're welcome to join me. This is just what's feeling like it's needing to happen before we do the other side. So my heels are in, toes out, a little wider than hip width. And just really focus on the hips, other direction. Even if the upper body moves, that's okay. Just focus on the hips, soft knees, so not locked. All right, shake it out. Bring that prop to the other side. I'm gonna just bring this cushion, meditation cushion, and then set yourself up. This side might be different, right? So this side might actually be able to bring your feet a little wider than the other side. And then we're just warming up this side. So again, heels are aligned, back leg is parallel, side we're working on is pointed. Those toes are pointed. Inhale and exhale. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Are you holding in somewhere? Notice, oh, it's always blank, right? Where is that holding in? It's always the same. Kind of easier to address in some ways, right? If it moves, it's actually good in some ways too, because the chi is moving, right? It's not just stagnant in one area. And then we'll bring our arms out to the center. Right knee's bent. Again, hands can come to the waist. Bring the arms out to the side. Relax the shoulders here. Palms face down. Look at the right fingertips. appreciating our right hand and our right arm, feeling into the strength. Notice if you're bringing a little weight to the left or to the right, even exaggerating that weight for a moment, and then coming back to center. Relaxed face. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale, reverse warrior. You decide how far it goes. It doesn't have to be far. It could actually be really small. It could just be like this, right? This is our smaller version. Just like this, going back and forth, right? Or you can go a little deeper every time. So you decide, you can bring that bottom arm straight, engaging your core just a little bit more and a little extra side body stretch when you do that. A few times. Breathing. Nice. One more in each round, each position. And then the left hand comes to the waist, right hand comes out. Lean first before you straighten that bottom right knee, okay? So we're leaning like we're trying to grab something on a shelf, and then that hand comes to the block, either in front or behind that foot. Then straighten that right knee, and then top shoulder comes back. Really get the form before that top hand comes up, then maybe bring that top hand up, arm up. Looking forward or up towards that hand, towards the sun. Just noticing the difference between this side and the other side. Noticing your breath. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Engage the feet, bend, top hand comes to the waist. Bend into that right knee, coming back to warrior 2, palms face up, back to those platters once again, giving and receiving. Actually, let's just make them both receiving this time. Oh, it feels so good to just receive sensation, receive love, receive forgiveness, support. Oh, just imagine you're just bathing in it. Oh, the rocks are now diamonds in your hands. Just taking one more breath to bring that into your heart, into your heart, into your heart. Walk or jump those feet together. And shake it out a little bit, shake it out. And let's grab those straps or the scarf, whatever you have. Again, it's the cheapest yoga prop you can buy. So yogaaccessories.com is still, I'm sure, in business. There's lots of non-Amazon stores in business, but it's like, you know, $5-6, you know, for like a strap that you can adjust. So best prop you can get, pretty much. And I fold it in half because I have a really long one. All right, let's bring those feet together, bring the strap behind us, not feet together, feet wide, feet parallel. A little wider than you might think, right? Heel toe out just a couple more times. And we're just gonna inhale, bring the strap up, feel the chest lifting up, and then release. We'll do it from the back so you can see what that looks like. A little harder with this shirt. Inhale, squeezing the shoulders, lifting up, and then exhale. I'm bringing the chin down to my chest. Inhale, opening, looking up, feeling the chest lifting up, shoulders squeezing towards each other, scapulas towards each other. And then you can try bringing your hands a little closer together with the breath here. So option 1 is just staying right here. If this is already super intense for you, if you have really tight shoulders, I want you to probably just stay right there, okay? But if you're like, nah, I can do more, I want you to bring, I want you to come up, and then we're gonna hinge at the hips, and we're gonna fold forward, the hands behind you. And just pause in this fold for a couple breaths. You're always welcome to drop your hands. You don't have to stay in this position. Take care of your body. Bend the knees to come back up, using the strength of your legs and your core to come back up. Squeeze the shoulders one more time, and then release. Chin comes down to the chest. So we're going to do one more round. So you decide if you want to just stay standing, just checking in with the shoulders, or if you fold with the strap. You can also interlace your fingers. If that's available for your body, I can do it. It's just not that comfortable, right? So just for me to stay in it, right? I hyperextend and then I hyperextend my elbows. And so that's why I don't like to do it, but you're welcome to do that. One more breath wherever you are. Bend the knees if you're in that fold. Reaching the hands back a little bit higher, feeling the chest lifting up. And release. Chin comes down to your chest. Bring the strap to the floor. Walk or jump those feet together. Shake it out a little bit. Let's do a fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Let's see what your shoulders are saying. You might even bring a little sway from side to side. Inhale. Actually, no, let's not inhale. Let's roll up one vertebra at a time. So let your arms hang, head hangs, bend the knees, slowly, slowly roll up. I'll come to my side in case you're looking, but hopefully you're not looking at me. You're just letting everything hang, head and neck come up last. As slow as you can. I hope you're slower than me. And then coming back to our standing pose. And just pause for a moment here, arms to your side or hands to your heart. And just take 3 breaths here, really feeling your feet on the ground. Feeling your heart pumping blood. Noticing the pace, the texture, the rhythm of your breath. Notice if you can relax somewhere and if you can strengthen somewhere else. And then we'll slowly make our way onto the mat, onto your back. Have your strap handy. So when you get onto your back, bringing your knees into your chest. Hands underneath your knees or over your shins. Making sure you can see me if you need to look at me. And just rocking from side to side. You decide if you'd like your knees a little closer together or further apart. What is your body saying? And then bringing your knees, your feet down to the ground. Your hands to your belly for a moment. Kind of adjust. I kind of like to curl my shoulders under a little bit more here. Let's prepare for bridge pose. So your feet are going to be about hip width. I'm actually going to go to my side in case anyone is going to look. It'll be a little bit easier for me to demonstrate it. Yeah. So once your feet as close to your butt as possible, you can come into robot arms. This helps curl the shoulders underneath you just a little bit more. You don't have to have fists. You can bring your hands out. If you'd rather have your palms down, that's fine too. So pick the position of your arms, whatever's helping relax your shoulders. So you're not using your shoulders. I want them to be relaxed and pushed into the ground. I want to actually push them into the ground. Okay, like your scapulas are pushing into the ground. And then we're gonna curl, we're gonna first just rock the pelvis up and down. Just a tucking and tilting. Just from here. Start swinging up and down. It's like you're just rocking the sacrum, just in one direction and then the other. So really small movement. And your glutes get engaged, your thighs get engaged just by this movement, okay? So this is option 1, just staying right here and experimenting with sensation here. There's a lot, especially in female bodies, right? Around our pelvic floor and our womb, our uterus, all the stuff that happens here. And then we might engage the feet a little bit more, lift the pelvis up a little bit higher, Feel the shoulder blades towards each other, lifting up, inhale. Exhale, really slowly, slowly, as slow as you can. Bring that spine down, down, down to the mat. As you come to your sacrum, you might lift the heels to get that last little bit of curl. And I want you to just do that. Let's do at least 3 times. So you might inhale up to 3 or 4 and exhale down to 6 or 8. If you have another backward bend here that's in your practice, feel free to do it. If you like to sustain bridge and interlace your fingers underneath you, underneath your back, you're welcome to do that as well. It's really honoring where you're at and embracing, bringing in your practice. Just doing one more. Really slow as you come down. And then just pause for a moment before we bring our knees into our chest or coming into happy baby. So either pausing here, either bringing your knees into your chest, just like you did earlier, or bringing your hands to your feet or using a strap here coming into happy baby. And just rocking if that feels good. Letting your head relax, letting the earth, your mat, your props, all those things made from the earth supporting you in your practice. Let's blubber our lips just a couple times. Lick your lips if they're dry. And maybe bringing your feet together if they're not already there in space. Your knees are out to the side. A little hip opener here, extra hip opener. And really slowly, don't just plop those feet down, really slowly bring those feet down to the mat. Come into a twist of your choice. So you could cross over that left ankle over the right, scoot your butt over to the left, and drop that foot down. You can actually leave the foot there, or you can bring that left knee a little closer to the right side. Just a different angle here. So depending on what your hip is deciding, shoulders rooted down, looking towards the left or straight up towards the sky, whatever your neck allows. Breathing and noticing. And then coming back to center, slow, again, really slow, coming back to center. Don't just move into the next posture, because I know you probably know it, most of you. So go a little slower, right? When we go slower, we can feel some things a little different. And then we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh, dropping the right foot, scooching that right butt over a couple inches, and then dropping the right foot over and deciding what this side needs. Shoulders down, looking to the right or up. Literally having a sense of unwinding and unraveling from your day, from your practice. These precious moments. And then very slowly coming back to center. Bringing your knees one more time into your chest and just assessing, is there something else my body needs before we come into Shavasana? Right? So just kind of notice what it is that your body needs. Take a moment to do anything your body needs. And if you're ready to come into Shavasana, Go ahead and grab some pillows to put underneath your knees. You can have your feet raised on the couch or a chair. Relax your shoulders. If you'd like a little extra hip opener with some pillows or some blocks, you can bring them underneath your thighs. Bring your feet together. And just pausing here. If you can, curl your shoulders underneath you a little bit more, palms face up, or rest your hands on your belly. So you decide which one feels more nourishing to you. Just allowing yourself to really settle in. Can you be a little more comfortable? Closing your eyes or just having an unfocused gaze. And taking a deep breath into your belly. And a long exhale, if it's available, out through your nose, in through your nose, and out through your nose. Quick, deep inhale. And long exhale. You just got a beautiful invitation in the mail. It has hearts all over it with your name on it, and you opened it and it said, it's an invitation to rest. You don't have to do anything. You can receive rest. Just continuing to breathe like this, or just coming to your normal spontaneous breath for the next few minutes. And you're welcome to stay exactly as you are and to do a longer, deeper Shavasana. If you're feeling complete in this moment, swiggling your fingers and your toes and rolling over to one side, resting your head on your bicep or a blanket. Just pausing for a moment to reflect on your practice, reflect on your intention, that sweetness you wanted to give yourself. Just allowing yourself to feel it for just a moment, even if it's just this moment. And slowly, slowly pushing yourself up to one final seat. Just notice if you're able to sit a little taller and feel a little stronger after our practice today. I'll ring the bell one final time to bring us back into this moment. Please bring your hands together in front of your forehead as a reminder of clear thinking, in front of your lips as a reminder of clear speaking, and in front of your heart as a reminder of clear intentions, inner peace, and love to all beings everywhere. Namaste.